meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. 3, 2, 1, go! Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. LoveLine, coast to coast.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified internist and addiction medicine specialist. Yes, thank you, Drew. That's the microphone. David Alan Grier is our guest tonight.
What's up, fellas? I'm here to save the baby. How you doing, Dr. Drew? You know, you guys have been saying some disparaging things about old Davy G.
No.
Just the fact that, first of all, I've been up for 4 days running, and you know how, Dr. Drew, sometimes you talk so fast, but you're like your thoughts, you can't catch up to them?
Yes.
I was roller skating in the parking lot for about 14 hours. And apparently, to some people, that's like a manic episode, which is crazy, you know? I just love life. So why should I be knocked for that, Dr. Drew?
Yeah, Drew, stop coming down on David.
Yeah.
David is going to be at the Irvine Improv at the Irvine Spectrum, which is...
I think I said hypomanic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that better?
Irvine Improv.
Irvine Improv, and feel free to bring those quintuplets, those beautiful triplets, yes, that you have.
Well, this will be G-rated material.
Absolutely not. But the kids got to grow up. You know what I'm saying?
What about...
How old are they now?
They're 8. That's old enough. They got cable.
You know they've taken up watching Living Color. Of all things, they'll freak out.
Oh boy! Quite a loose household you have there, Dr.
No, that's what I thought. I was like, no, this is all right for them.
I think the hardest thing you have to explain is the hairstyles and the fashion.
The dancing.
At this point, yeah, it's really, really old.
What year was In Living Color? When did it start?
1967 it started with the Brady Bunch.
Just after Laughing. It was lead in.
Yeah, it was really hip. Remember?
I remember it got bumped by Wagon Train, and then you guys jumped over to Fox, I think.
Then I left to do the Waltons.
There was no Fox. What are you talking about?
Oh, there wasn't?
Yeah. I was on the Waltons for 2 years. I was the runaway slave kid, you know. Timbuk. Can I live with y'all? And so, of course, it was 1990s when we went on the air.
1990. And what did it go on? 4 years?
4 beautiful years of peace, love, and laughter.
That really pleases my homosexual palate.
That's old Jimmy.
It's
Jimmy.
Yeah, it's a funny show, and I think it's a show that may be even appreciated more in syndication than it was when it was on. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
No, you're good. That's a good point, because sometimes you watch those old Laugh-Ins. I mean, no, the old SNLs, like with Paul Simon hosting as a turkey, and you're like, wow, this is not holding up well.
Even I don't want to be struck down by any lightning, but SCTV, if you go and catch a few of those, there's a few misses in there amongst the hits.
They did so much. It seems like SCTV was on forever, and they actually are. Don't they still show them now instead of later, the latest show?
Yeah, I think they're on some network at like 1:30, but you got to stay up long enough to catch it.
So, Dr. Drew, I got some questions for you.
Dude, what's up?
I got an important question, Dr. Drew. What's the #1 cause of hemorrhoids in America? Is it stress or is it...
Or is it anal sex?
Yeah. Is it, you know what I'm talking about, the grapes.
No, it's genes. Genetics.
Genetics?
Not enough bulk in your diet.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But is it not enough bulk in your diet, and that you're pushing too hard?
Too much bulk.
And maybe you don't.
Did you hear what I said, Adam?
Yeah, that's good.
Too much bulk pushing in, Dr. Drew.
Let me write that down.
All right,
too much bulk.
Sometimes old Mama Bear likes Papa to bang on the back door. You know what I'm saying? My honey bunny says, hey, if you don't have the key, break a window. Let yourself in.
Put that on a loop, please.
To be alive, kids.
It's great to be alive, isn't it?
It's great to be here. You know, I love LoveLine. And,
do you?
I love the radio show much better than that television show ever was, because here's where you do the real healing.
That's right.
You get the real sick calls. First of all, to whoever's listening, we don't want any fakers.
That's right.
We want the real sickos tonight, because Dr. Davies hung his shingle out.
And Dave, when can we get together and do a little more boxing training?
You know what? I am on the road through August, and I will call you up, because you did leave that invitation open, and I miss it. You know?
All right.
I like the training.
You don't hang out in my house ever.
You don't have anything to offer.
First of all, you
kids?
have a kid.
Right.
Kids, you know.
Freaks him out.
It does. I have dogs, and that freaks me out.
Really?
No, yeah.
Stuff.
All right, you guys ready to take some calls?
Let's take some calls. Let's heal some babies. Ah, Dr. Drew. Hey, Dr. Drew. Is Xanax is that addictive?
Profoundly. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Profoundly?
I
Really?
read it on the internet. I'm just saying hypothetically. You pop a couple 1.0s, nice glass of
1
Bordeaux.
milligram.
A couple of those, pop on your favorite little TV show. That's addictive?
Drew,
What's
what
wrong?
happened to your microphone?
Testing. Not on a single exposure, but it is a very addictive drug if you have the gene for addiction.
What's it help you do?
No, wait a
Unwind?
minute. No, here's what I want to know. If any person does heroin, just listen to me,
Yes.
for like more than 7 days straight,
Yes.
they will be physically addicted.
They will be physically dependent.
Right, okay.
But they won't be
Is-
an addict unless they have the gene.
But it.
Oh, but what is the difference between physically dependent
Dependent
and an
means
addict?
you'll have like people we have surgical complications. We make them dependent on morphine.
Right.
They take so much morphine after the surgery, they get addicted. When time's to stop, they go through withdrawal for 3 days. They walk away. They don't think about it again.
Right.
An addict is thinking about it when they leave,
Okay,
obsessing about
stop right
driving.
there. Stop right there. I just want to know: is it a what do they call it? A class B or whatever?
There's
it's
2
not a,
and
it's not
3
a
and-
triplicate. It's not a triplicate. But in New York State it is. Not in California.
How can it not be in California?
Because they haven't. It's just not.
What is Xanax good for? Help you relax and go to bed?
Anxiety.
That's great.
Oh,
Let me try one of them, Drew.
This may be these sort of manic outbursts you're having. Maybe Xanax withdrawal. Maybe you're not actually bipolar.
I'm not, and I hate that term bipolar. It's wacko! Bipolar, my butt cheeks. Who invented this bipolar? It's manic depressive. I hate it. Everybody wants a gentler term. You're nuts!
That's right.
Jeez.
Thank you, David.
Bipolar. That's like bipolar. No, I don't believe that. And listen, tell the people, I'm just a nice guy. I'm normal. I'm
You're a
not
nice guy and you're hypomanic.
I am not! You're
well,
not!
I actually something. When he walked in here, he was a normal, nice guy, and the lights lit up, and all of a sudden,
It's
this.
an act, my friend.
That's right.
This is show business.
He's a comedian, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Adam
yeah.
see
Look,
me.
this is one too.
Oh, no. Oh, you're so wrong. And what are you, my friend, Mr. Normal?
I'm just a depressive, anxious guy.
Ah, that's... Thank God for Dr. Drew.
He didn't
Not
want-
Dr. Adam. I don't see a doctor in front of your name, Mr. Big Mouth. Hey, you take that off. And I take that back because you'll always be a doctor to me, Adam.
Oh no.
Let's heal some babies.
Brittany,
Yes.
you're 14.
Yeah.
We're going to heal you.
Okay.
What's up?
What's up?
I've given head 22 times.
But who's counting?
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's
Right.
more than my girlfriend already. Keep going.
Oh, and I was wondering if cum can do anything to you.
You can get sexually transmitted diseases.
Well, yeah, but like besides that.
That's about it.
What else beside that are you looking for, Brittany?
What is your fantasy?
I really don't have any.
No, I mean, what are you worried could happen to you?
Like that I could get like really sick, but
You could vomit. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You mean just
you
nauseated like you ate some bad cheese?
Hold on, let me jump in here.
Go ahead.
Brittany, is it Brittany?
yeah.
I think she's referring to what we in the trade call the Stewart syndrome, as in Rod Stewart syndrome.
Uh-huh, yes.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the famous and true story
Yeah.
about Rod Stewart ingesting 3 gallons of semen and
Oh,
then
it wasn't
having to
3
have
gallons. It was 1 U.S. gallon.
1 U.S. gallon,
Yeah.
3.8 liters of semen, and then having to have his stomach pumped.
Yeah.
We all remember that from junior high. True story.
Absolutely.
True story.
Well, your cousin's friend,
Told
brother,
me.
was there. Yeah.
Well, he was one of the penises that Rod milked that night. He was 12 at the time.
Beautiful.
The-
That's beautiful. Hey, Jenny. Hey, honey.
The point
My
is,
PR lady just got here. She's
Brittany.
a little late.
Yeah.
You've had semen in your mouth 22 times. You've not vomited, right?
Right.
Maybe you've built up some sort of tolerance to this at an early age.
What? Speaking
has she
from the
swallowed?
standpoint that most people vomit upon swallowing.
I'm just saying, I think Brittany is calling because she's crying out for help.
yeah. Well,
I really do, because
Well-
she's saying, what is it going to do to you? And we said sexually transmitted diseases.
she goes, so what?
And she said, so what? What about getting sick from it? But yet she's done it numerous times and
But
hasn't
you
gotten
didn't answer
sick.
for the particulars. Brittany, these are medical questions. There's no sexual gratification involved. You're underage. Have you swallowed all of the issuance from these participants of yours?
Yeah.
You have.
God
yeah.
bless
So
you.
you asked if you can get sick. I said you can get sexually transmitted diseases. Some of them are life-threatening. Why is that not an issue to you?
Well, it is. I was just, like, I knew all about, like, STDs and how I could get STDs from it.
All right, well,
All
that's
right.
it. That's it.
What's up there, Brittany? 22 penises?
No, 7 different guys.
7 guys?
How old are you?
I'm 14.
7 guys, 3.056 times
Well,
per
at that
per
age,
guy.
that's a relationship.
Yeah. All right. And can you want to slow down a little, or are you feeling good about yourself?
No, because I have, like, a really bad reputation at school.
Yeah.
So why don't you
I
slow
have
down?
another question about that, though.
Yeah.
A lot of them are potheads, and I was wondering if that could affect that in any way.
Could you get high from swallowing semen? No.
No.
Is that what you're asking?
Well, I was asking, like, would it do anything to me? But then I realized that a lot of them are potheads. So,
All right, what's up with you, Brittany? Why don't you have
You want to ask your real question?
Yeah, it's more esteem that you can concern with for yourself sufficient.
well, I don't know why I do this. Like, seriously.
Well, why don't you stop until you figure it out at least?
I haven't done it in a while.
Well, you're
Couple weeks.
you're 14. You got 21 under your belt. Seems like you're moving along pretty good. All right, so why don't you stop? Give it a break.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
And don't reward those potheads with a BJ. That's sending a dangerous message to them. The more pot they smoke, the more blown they get. All right there, Brittany.
Okay.
All right.
You know,
Hey,
on
bye.
my day, you had to work for those BJs.
Oh, my God.
Oh, the gifts, the jewelry.
Oh, what I used to have to do to get a BJ. I mean, first, get the crowbar, go down to the morgue,
Oh, yeah.
hold the flashlight in the mouth,
Oh, yeah.
break open the front door.
Yeah, keep going. Did you hook the foot behind the head for the
Yeah, that's
more
how,
lifelike action?
That's how I would do it. And sometimes there wasn't a dead chick there, so you had to make do.
You know, you bring up an interesting point, Adam. There's nothing worse than a reluctant BJ.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying this. Never mind.
Jared,
Yeah.
you're 19?
Yeah.
What's up?
First of all, I just want to say you guys rock. I listen to you guys every night.
Thank you.
But I'm just curious if it is physically possible for a girl to be quote unquote loose if she's still a virgin.
Well,
Because-
she's going to be loose either way. I mean, she's going to be the same either way. That having had sex will not make any difference.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I was going to say, me and her actually just, I was a virgin until a couple nights ago. Me and her, apparently she said it was her first time too. But she was so loose to where it was just like, I mean, it was hard to tell that anything was even going on when I was putting
That's just her anatomy.
Maybe you have
Can I
a
ask
small
you
penis.
Yeah, right. Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the Jimmy?
What do
know
you
what
mean?
You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, it's
buddy. How
average.
big is it? Average? How's the average? 3 inches, 6 inches?
No, around 5 to 6. When
5 to 6. And how's the girth?
That's a
Oh
bad
my
sign.
gosh, why are you asking me that?
Well,
Well-
we are medical experts.
They want to know if it's her or you.
Well, hold
Right.
on.
Is it a pencil?
Is it a pen? No,
Pixie
Is it a
stick?
hot dog before it has been cooked?
kind of.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're normal. There are some girls who have a 2-car garage, let's say.
That's
Really?
right. That's right.
And I don't know because she, it's like, I mean, I totally clean. That was my honest first time, but it's like, I mean, she kind of has a reputation, like she's been around the block a few times, but she says that she hasn't slept with any of her previous like 100 boyfriends. And I just find that hard to believe, but I just hope she's not, because I don't really
Well,
feel like any
Yeah, but even if she did, right, Dr. Drew, it wouldn't stretch her out.
Exactly,
No,
exactly.
She could have had 5 kids and you'd still be fine.
Well,
That's
I'll
right.
stop right there. I tell you what, I've slept with my share of whores, and
yeah.
some of them are tidy whities and
Fatty blackies.
There you go. Flabby flabbertons.
Well, look, you understand the vagina's not made of clay. It's not like you stretch it out and it
Well, yeah,
stays
but I've heard
out
all
there.
these stories from my friends about, they're, doing it to a girl that was a virgin, and I've heard all these stories about how tight she's supposed to be and how,
That's BS.
Well,
That's
no,
guy talk.
but wait a minute. Virgins are tight because they're uncomfortable and uptight, and they
Right.
may sort of clamp down a little bit, right?
But also, there's a hymen.
Right, something you're
There
pushing
is
through
something
there.
you got to, break on through to the other side.
Jared is, you know what Jared is? Jared's a guy who got no ass in high school. he's now found someone who was kind enough
Held-
to hold
hold still, yeah.
so that he could do that.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't like where this is
no,
going.
no, he did.
Listen, nobody told me at 14 that women's, and I'm going to use a technical term,
Go ahead.
twatty holes,
Right.
are different sizes. Nobody told me about that. Nobody told me about PMS and that all women on earth are insane and crazy too. Nobody ever told me that. So he needs to hear that all stink spots aren't the same.
And-
okay? Winky hole, baby. Wow!
That's right.
And she has a 2-car garage.
There
and
you
he's
go.
driving a moped.
Hey,
Room to move.
Jared,
Yeah.
I know you're a little insecure about yourself.
No,
but
he's not.
He is.
He's just unknowledgeable.
No,
Yeah,
he's saying, I hope she's not loose. She said she was a virgin,
just-
but I hear she's been around.
They're big women and they're small
That's
women.
right.
That's it. Don't believe. How old is he? 19?
Yeah.
Guys lie so much about sex, and it never stops.
Yeah.
Did you know that married couples lie the most about how much they have sex?
No.
Really?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No way.
Absolutely. When is the last time you sat with a group of married people and how many couples said, I haven't boned my wife since last Kwanzaa? Nobody says that. Everybody wants to appear as if they're having the, quote, normal amount of sex.
Well, it is true
You know,
that
the women cackle a little bit.
Well, here's what
Yeah,
you
but
want to know.
most people will lie.
You
They'll
know
say
what
they
women
haven't more
do?
than not.
Women get drunk and embarrass their men.
They do. Sometimes during sex.
He likes to be jacked off and then he cries. Marge, that's enough Chardonnay. He does. He wants me to dance while he jacks himself off, and then he starts, honey, let's
what's
get out
wrong
in the
with that?
car. Get in the car.
Well, I want to know what's wrong with that.
No, but Drew, your wife's done that to you way more than once, right? Had a couple of glasses of wine and started talking.
Is she addictive? Addictive personality?
Doesn't talk like that.
With the wine. Let's zero in on this
explore.
alcohol. What's going on?
She'll do it. All I'm saying is I do agree with David in that there's another person involved with the couple, so you might lie just to protect them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
After a certain point, though, you're right. How many years have you been married?
10.
Yeah, all lying is stopped now. It's just honest.
Yeah.
Honesty right there.
Well, you're
There's sort of bragging rights that go on, I noticed. amongst
yeah,
the
but
women.
anytime you get it up or any successful
No, if
entry.
you're doing a
or
little
what-
terror, then there's a lot of a little talking going on.
Drew had a solid BM last weekend.
Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Did you save it for all the kids in the neighborhood? Look what Uncle Drew laid.
Megan,
Oh, gosh.
you're 20. What's up?
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Drew,
Go ahead,
Jesus.
Meg. Go ahead,
I
Meg.
found a guy that makes me have an orgasm.
Hmm?
I finally found a guy that makes me have an orgasm,
Uh-huh.
and that's totally cool. But
Are you in love with this guy?
yeah, we're getting married.
Okay, but wait a minute. When the first time you achieved an orgasm with this guy, were you really deeply emotionally involved with him?
Yeah, we were already living together.
Yeah, that always makes sex better.
Yeah.
How'd he do it? Sex or oral sex?
Well, I can only have one when I ride him.
Most women do.
So you're on top of him
Yeah.
and you have your orgasm.
Uh-huh.
But you can't have one through oral sex, huh?
But haven't you ever rode any other guys?
Yeah.
It never worked that way?
No.
Do me a favor, honey. Next time you get on top of him, just palm his face. You know what I'm saying?
Palm it?
Palm
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Smack right there. Just say, hold right there. Just let mama get hers. I love when the girls do that. You know what I'm saying? Take charge, ride me, baby, all the way to Brooklyn. Oh, we're healing babies. Oh, that's beautiful.
So, Megan, what are you calling about?
Well, I had a question for Drew.
Oh,
I was adopted when I was 3 months old,
Yeah.
and I've been thinking about meeting my biological mom and my little sister.
Do you have a way to get in touch with them?
Yeah, actually, we've been talking through letters and on the phone and
Huh.
emails.
Uh-huh. And email, huh? She have her own computer? Or she using the one down at the library?
No, she has her own.
All right. So she's doing okay.
Uh-huh.
Is she doing okay? I mean, do you feel safe meeting her? Does she sound normal and all that stuff?
I don't know. She's kind of crazy, but then again, so is every other blood relative of mine I know.
What do you mean kind of crazy?
Well, my older sister that I was adopted with is a sociopath. And, I don't feel so, mentally all there. And,
You don't feel mentally all there.
well, no, but it might just be because, I'm a girl. I don't know.
Oh. How you know
And,
yourself.
like, I don't
That's
know.
true, honey. All women are crazy.
My birth mom seems kind of weird too, but
Well, did you say there's a sister you haven't met?
yeah, there's 3 sisters total.
And one stayed with your mom?
Yeah.
And the other 2, you and your other sister went to be raised by a foster family or an adopted family?
Uh-huh.
And how's your adopted parents?
Well, that's a whole nother call.
Oh, really?
They're really
Well,
messed up.
let's just get it over
but-
with so we don't have to call again.
Don't have a fantasy that finding your biological
Hold
roots.
on, Dr. Drew. Let me just enjoy this. Gosh, Adam, you are so mean!
Oh,
Give this woman some love!
Oh, Dave.
Mr. Hard-Ass.
But don't have a fantasy that reattaching or reconnecting with your biological roots are going to somehow rescue you from the family you've been raised by.
I don't
or
hear
the
that.
emotion.
I don't hear that from her. She says
Well-
she's crazy, her adoptive family's
All right.
crazy, and her
Yeah.
mom's nuts.
Well,
Why
listen.
not all goofballs get in one room?
All right. Hey, hey, Megan?
Yeah.
You're going to get married? You want to invite her to the marriage?
I don't know, like, my mom has told me that she doesn't want my birth mom there, and she doesn't want my older sister there, and
All right.
That's not good.
Well, listen, let's not rock the boat. Let's just take your time, keep corresponding with her. You
Maybe
know?
just establish your own life separately, and then if you want to do that once you have your own life, married
don't-
life alone, adult.
Meet her in a public
Fine.
place.
Is there a human being alive that's trying to meet a biological parent that doesn't have some expectations
Right.
going into
Right.
it?
Yeah.
Well, you know, they found Roseanne's biological daughter, years ago. And so someone comes to her and they go, "Look, I have some incredible news. We found your birth mother." And she goes, "Oh my God. Okay, it's someone famous. So sit down." She goes, "It's Bette Midler."
Oh.
I knew it. It's Bette Midler, right? It's Bette Midler. Well, she's very famous, but it's not Bette Midler. It's Roseanne. So there's a yin and the yang of it.
Yeah, but she's got some money, right?
Hey, it's not about money. Sometimes, Adam, it's just about a hug,
Yeah.
Right, Dr. Drew?
We're
Is
gonna
that
do,
manic to want a hug from a human being,
we're gonna do some hugging in just a minute, Dave.
Call me crazy. Can I get a hug, man?
Dude.
Come on, group hug. Come on, Dr. Drew, get over here.
Drew, group hug. You heard
Thank
him.
you. Oh, what is that aftershave you are wearing?
Ashley?
Hi.
Hey, you're 18. What's up
She's
there,
crazy.
Perky?
Oh, okay, yeah. Thanks for knocking my perkiness now. I'm going to be depressed, and I'm going to go do drugs and sleep with everyone now, okay?
Fantastic.
How old are you?
18.
Oh, that's cool, then. Go ahead.
Yeah.
up?
I have a comment. Okay, yeah. That guy that called in saying that, he was talking about, like, she was loose or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm 18 years old. I'm a virgin still, right? I've had a lot of boyfriends, and I find that really offensive that you would say that because she's had, like, a ton of boyfriends, that there's no way she's a virgin. That pissed me off.
Well, he's doing some math. I mean,
Yeah, I know, but I mean...
We're on your side. Didn't you hear what we said? We said guys lie.
Right.
That just because she's had a bunch of boyfriends, don't believe what the guys say. And even if she slept with 100 guys, that doesn't mean you could drive a Volkswagen in the old twatty spot.
that's
okay.
right.
Okay?
Okay.
Why? I'm just curious. Why does that enrage you so much?
Well, all my life I've grown up with the whole, like, if they have a ton of boyfriends and they're sluts.
Uh-oh.
And it just bothers me because, yeah, I've had a lot of boyfriends.
Okay, calm
But
down.
I'm not a slut, and
Calm down.
I don't plan to ever be.
Calm
Right.
down.
But
Your
you've
voice
done
is
you've
getting
done the
higher.
hard work though of having relationships without them being sexual, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Do you have any nicknames like the Lincoln Tunnel, Loosey Goosey, anything like that?
I'm a virgin. No.
You're virgin?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of stuff you can do, honey. and
How
still be
many
a virgin.
how many boyfriends have you had?
Oh, Lord, I don't know. I just threw out a number. It's probably a lot less than what I gave the screener, but
Well, what do you think? You don't know?
10, 20?
probably about 20, 25.
What does
maybe.
boyfriend
25.
mean? What does that mean?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like,
A date?
guys that I date, like, for long periods of time. But you don't date one person.
Yeah.
But hold on. When you say you're a virgin, do you mean that you haven't had intercourse? Because there's a whole gamut
No,
of
I mean-
activities you can.
I mean, a
maybe
virgin.
I mean I'd like to finish my sentence.
Sorry.
You know what I mean? There's a bunch of other sexual things you can do besides having intercourse.
That's right.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm a virgin completely.
Okay.
All right, I've lost
Chaste.
interest.
You're chaste.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
do you
But
what-
why are you so angry, uptight about it?
Yeah, and why are you dating 25 guys at
I
age
think I
18
know
and
why.
you're virgin?
Why?
What?
Because after about 48 hours, those guys go.
Yeah, they're like,
I'll
oh,
see ya.
Christ.
Oh.
Hey,
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Hey,
All
the
right,
fu-
that's...
Hey, listen, when I was 18, I was trying to get laid, all right?
yeah.
That's what guys want when they're 18. Most guys I know, I mean, they're not looking for a lifetime commitment.
Oh, I'm not saying they are.
All right, baby.
Okay.
All right, what kind of energy you got going? You got
Oh,
some
I'm a
kind of energy
cheerleader.
going.
Cheerleader.
Okay.
Cheerleader, baby.
Virgin cheerleader.
Give me a
Yes.
cheer, honey. Could you give me a cheer?
I
No.
never thought that would happen.
Come on, give me a cheer.
That's okay, no.
Hey,
Come on.
Ashley.
You won the game, now you think you're hot, but we'll win the fight in the parking lot. Take off your net. Yeah, take off your net. Come on, hit me
I
up,
have a
baby.
lot of
Go,
energy.
go on. Give me some.
Do you know Here We Come a Truckin' In?
No.
Which ones do you know?
my
Well,
finger,
I'm
see
for an
my
independent
thumb.
squad, so they're all for BCC.
Go, give me one, baby.
Come on, give us
No.
one. Give
me
us
one.
one. You said
See
you were a
my
cheerleader.
finger, see my thumb.
Oh,
We
Lord,
got the
okay.
ball. You better
Red,
run.
green, and white. Bobcats. That's right. The best you'll see. BCC. That's
All
just
right.
a
That,
chance,
that was
okay?
that was no Here We Come a Truckin' In.
Yeah, you don't have any black girls
It's
on
Bakersfield,
that team.
dude.
You guys want to hear Here We Come a Truckin'
No,
In?
no,
Yeah,
no,
let's
no.
hear
During
it,
the break.
man.
Here
Let's
we go.
hear it. Go, baby.
Here we come. Oh, no, hold on. Ready? Okay. Here we come a truckin' in. Bet you wonder where we been. We're a team that can't be beat. 'Cause we're funky on our feet.
I got it, cheer. See my finger, see my thumb. We got the ball, you better run. SOCKIT, sock it to me. Baby, my head is aching, my hips are tight, and hips are taking from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cash tech, don't take no job. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, baby, we gonna win. Oh! That's a cheer, baby. That's a cheer.
And that's how he got. That's how he got his letter in high school.
They got to Yale Drama School.
All right, we're gonna take a little break.
Hey, I don't want to take a break. I want to.
We gotta cool down.
Put in the next caller.
David Alan Grier is here.
Brittany, what's your question?
We're gonna do a pyramid when we come back.
Oh, that'll be good.
LoveLine. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew.
And I'm
over there.
David Alan Grier. Woo!
David Alan Grier can be found at the Irvine Improv, Irvine Spectrum, which is coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 2 shows on Saturday.
I think we have 2 on Friday. Adam, are you going to come through, man?
That's true. You know what?
You
No.
don't have to, you bastard.
No, I'm going out of town.
Oh, great.
I'm
you going?
going to Yosemite.
For what?
Why?
A wedding, believe it or not.
Oh,
You
my
pansy.
God.
Yeah.
What kind of
With the
hippie
Awana
weirdos
or
is
something?
that?
I don't know. The chick's getting married in Yosemite.
Ooh.
Someone I work with at the Man Show. Name's Lisa Page.
You know, Adam. One thing I admire about he does not kiss and tell. You know, every time I go over to his house, there's been some kind of group sex thing going on. You know,
Sure.
beer cans, used condoms. I'm like, hey, Adam, what'd you do last night? Nothing. Let's box. You know, one of his male friends comes down rubbing his butt. You know, hey, God, hey, what went on
Holding his
last night? Rubbing it. Ow.
Yeah.
What happened? Just some guys over playing poker.
Right.
Very, very low key.
And Margaret Cho lives around the street, right?
Ah, Margaret.
Margaret Cho lives down the street from the Hollywood home. She put on some pounds.
I didn't say
David?
that. I didn't say anything. I love Margaret.
Margaret came on to me in a very sexual way one time, and
Did
then
she? Was she a little loopy?
she was a little loopy.
Sexual does not begin to describe what that was.
She said she was going to walk over and F me because she lived down the street, and
Yeah. The problem is she lives down the street.
right.
Yeah,
She's gonna
right.
walk
'Cause
up and
you'd want to
F
dump.
me.
You'd want to dump that body, wouldn't you? You just don't want to wake up. You don't want to wake
That's
up
right.
to that.
That's
You
right.
don't wanna wake
Anyone who's seen Margaret's act knows that that's her act.
No, the problem is then she's just the scary lady that old Uncle Adam
guys
boned
are
that
being
lived
Listen,
down
I
here.
no, you're being mean.
guys are
I
being
love Margaret Cho. I love her.
I have said many times she's in the top 10 of female Korean comedians currently working the LA
hey,
scene.
listen, she's sexy.
She's a sexy lady.
Yeah, she
and
is.
but here's the deal. She got sober and then apologized over
made amends.
Kathy Griffin's
and
Christmas
then also
party.
was horrified.
I was supposed to go to that Christmas party.
Oh,
but
were you?
I just bailed, man. I just bailed. I
You-
just didn't want to.
Margaret was looking for you. She wanted to apologize.
No,
You
I
know,
didn't
you know
wanna
what?
be there.
The only thing worse, and as a guy, and ladies, look, if you get loaded and come on to us, no need for an apology the next day. That's
Ow.
fine.
Or ever.
That hurts. That
And
really
you know what what ends up happening, which is ironic, is the apology ends up feeling more intrusive than the actual
Yeah.
coming on part
Right,
because
right.
everyone's sober and
Right.
you're at a party and
Was
they're like,
everyone sober at this Christmas party?
Margaret was, because I believe Margaret's a sober person now. But Margaret pulled me aside and said, I need to talk to you. And I'd had a few drinks, and I said, hey, it's cool, baby. And she said, no, it's not. And I said, oh, yeah, it is. And she said, no, what I did was wrong. And I said, look, no problem. Let me get back to the party.
Before
And
she went on, you were flattered. Now you felt sort of uncomfortable.
Well, isn't that part of
Right.
the healing process?
It is.
Make men feel
Making-
uncomfortable.
Make amends. I tell you right now, if I started making amends, I wouldn't have any time to live my life.
But it's ironic that part of the healing process is making the person feel uncomfortable for a second time.
Right. I never was really attracted to you. It was all the drugs.
Yeah,
the
really,
alcohol.
in fact, I'm horrified.
Speaking of drugs, Dr. Drew, let me lay one on you. Trazodone. How's that? Trazodone.
Good medicine, sleeping medicine.
Trazodone.
Mostly.
Is that highly addictive?
No,
No
addiction.
Say you pop a Trazzy, do a couple brew dogs. Lay out, watch some HBO, get your wood on. Is that cool?
Go out and speed on Mulholland.
No, I like to lay. Hopefully the people who do that would like to do. How about the bus bar? Bus bar?
Yeah, you're a little too much about medication. It's scary.
I tell you what, I was in Mexico
And by
doing
the
a
way, these are
movie.
all anti-anxiety medicines. Every damn one of them.
see,
Boost bar,
I went on
trazodone.
the internet, and
I've
let me
said
tell
this many
you.
times. C. Everett Koop is the only black man. No, what was his name? Who's
I
the
went online
Jocelyn
when I was in
Elders is the only
Mexico.
person of color.
I went online in Mexico. You can buy drugs over
Yes,
the
lots of them
internet.
buy easily on the
Yeah.
web. But
Yeah,
these are
which I
all
would never
all
do.
anti-anxiety
Which I would
medication,
never do.
David.
Which I
What's
would
going
never
on here,
do.
dude?
Sometimes you get those hard days, man.
Sometimes.
It's just kind of hard.
You realize you should really. I know you experience it as anxiety, but really what we're talking about here is agitation.
Well, wait a minute. You said that anxiety is a learned behavior, right? Isn't that
It
what you
you
said?
can think. Well, I said phobias, like fear of flying. That kind of
I'm not Howie Mandel. I don't wash my hands. As a matter of fact, I don't ever wash my hands or wipe my butt.
thing.
I'm a natural man.
You're agitated.
I can get agitated.
Yeah.
I can get agitated.
And I'm
I
not
can
sure
work
these,
it around.
These
I can work it
lightweight,
around.
these lightweight anti-anxiety medicines will do much for you. You need antipsychotic, major tranquilizers.
Oh,
Yeah.
God bless you. You know what, kids? You know what Dr. Drew is saying? David, I love you, but I don't know how to express it in
Right.
normal terms.
And I
Therefore,
can't help
I'm
you.
using the drugs.
Hey,
And I'll call you
Dave,
nuts.
let me ask you seriously.
What's up, man?
Do you,
Hit me with the hard
do you
shots,
have
baby.
trouble getting to bed at night?
Absolutely.
You do.
Well,
I have trouble getting to bed after
intermittent
spending
sleep.
2 hours with him.
You know what? Here's what I do. I have to work out. If I don't work out,
Before you go to bed?
no, I have to work out a certain number of times a week. I have to
Yeah.
run. I have to do
Yeah.
something, or else
Right.
it just builds up, and I won't sleep. And it's like this: if I have to get up tomorrow at 6 a.m.,
You're
Think about it, yeah.
it's 10:30.
right.
Now it's 12:30.
Right.
Now, even though I'm really tired, now I am anxiety ridden
Yeah.
because now the hours are slipping away.
Yeah.
Right.
So now I know I'll never go to sleep.
Oh.
Right.
So
Well, now
then
what?
I squeeze a few off. Watch
Sure.
the porno.
You got problems. too.
Watch the porno. Squeeze a couple off.
What
get
time
some
do you
milk
what
sometimes.
time
Just
do you
two?
go to bed? What's the average time?
If I could, if I had my druthers.
No. What
Without the
what's
trazodone.
reality?
Yeah.
It depends what kind of day I've had. If I've had a full day, sometimes it's 10 p.m., but usually
Really?
it's more like 2 p.m.
Right.
I mean,
Right,
2 a.m.
2
rather,
a.m., right.
because I'm a performer. That's what it is. Like now I'm on tour. That means I get back to my hotel. It's like 12:30, 1 a.m., and I'll be up till like 3 or 4. Just because that's,
Right.
You're wound up.
Yeah,
Right.
you're wound up.
We
You-
could hang.
Right. You start calling people you don't really want to talk to. Mrs. McCartney, you're my 5th grade teacher. I love you. What's going on?
That's right.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's
All right. Let's squeeze in a call here. Greg?
Hey, how's it going, dudes?
Hey, you're
what's up?
32. What's up?
Hey, let me first start by saying it's an honor to talk to David Alan Grier. He's one of the funniest
up,
people I've ever heard in my life.
Very true.
Thank you.
I'm having some issues with younger women.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I don't seem to be attracted to women my age no more. I seem to only be attracted to women who are around 18, 19 years old.
Well, that's legal, barely.
Yeah.
Well, it's normal, but it's not normal. You know
Well,
what I'm
how old
saying?
are you again?
32.
All right, let me tell you something. A very famous actor friend of mine is close to my age. You know, I'm 45. I said, hey, famous actor guy, would you ever date a woman your own age? And we both looked at each other and went, no.
Women are great in their 40s.
Yeah, right. I'm being honest. Adam, how old are you?
I'm 37.
Okay, Adam, would you ever willing? I mean, it's not like I wouldn't. I mean, if I met a fabulous 45-year-old, no. But ideally, I mean, would you?
No. Here's what you would do.
No.
Listen.
But I'm not on the same, you know,
Would you
emotional
date a
level or-
20-year-old?
No, hold on
No.
there,
Would I
Greg.
date a
Would you-
20-year-old,
would
or
you-
would I bang a 20-year-old?
Would you make a girlfriend out of a 20-year-old?
Yes, he would do that. He would do that.
No, you know what my cutoff is? 25. 25 is my cutoff. And that
that's
right
right.
there already, there's like,
That's
I
right.
talk about stuff they don't even know. So the Beals were a group? I'm like,
right.
yeah, baby, that's
I
right.
mean, but it's
That's
like
right.
when
For me, it's Lidsville. You never heard of Lidsville, honey? You're out.
HR Puff and stuff?
Hey, I think we have a patient on the line. Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
It's your time.
But
my
wait a
friend.
minute. Let me defend. Let me defend the older ladies for 1 second here. And I think Drew will agree with this.
Testosterone levels up?
A big star like David Alan Grier at the ripe old age of 45 would probably not start dating a 45-year-old woman or a 42-year-old woman,
That's
or maybe
not
even
necessarily true.
All right,
It's not- it
but
depends
probably
on the
not.
person.
But
I'll tell you
if
why.
you fell in love at 35 and married a woman who was 33, and it was 8 or 10 years later, you would still be with that woman and be happy
absolutely.
with that
my
woman.
my wife was a year older than I, well, and we got married like when I was 30. Here's the problem: older women, especially, say if they're in their 40s, their clock is ticking. So date number one. By the time the entree arrives, they want to know where the relationship is going.
Yeah.
Do you want to get married? Will you adopt their kids?
Right.
Make friends with their crackhead ex-boyfriend? That is why I don't do it.
Right.
No.
Right. All right.
Life's too short. Give me the 18-year-olds. I'm with you, baby.
Greg?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so.
I mean, even when I fag off with myself, all I think about
Dude,
is
you beat off.
18-year-old young bodies and
All right.
breasts.
Dude, you beat off?
All right, so that's what you fantasize about.
Well, what do you fantasize about, Adam?
I
What,
mean, I
like-
just kind of feel
I
odd.
beat off to Greg beating off the 19-year-olds.
We're flooded with those images.
Yeah, you'll find somebody your own age. It's good that you know that you wouldn't. It's probably not a healthy thing for you to be pursuing somebody that age. It would not make you happy. I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
Have you ever been in a relationship with a girl that young?
yeah, I mean, I've recently I've been sleeping with a girl who's 19, and I just was
Not good for
sleeping with
her.
somebody who was 20 years old.
It's not good for
Yeah,
them.
but
Why not?
Think about Greg's emotional development. So his body's 32
No,
years
but
old.
wait
you
a
know?
minute. He said he's been sleeping with. That's different from saying I really love this chick, man. She's a chick for me.
yeah,
so,
but
what?
what's happened? These women are attached to him, though.
So what's wrong with that?
Let me ask you guys.
Every
this.
one of those 18 or 19-year-olds needs some old guy to work through it. The daddy complex.
Right.
When they get to be 35, we're just history.
Let me ask.
know?
Let me
Come
ask
on.
Dr. Drew and Dr. David a question here.
With art stuff, baby.
Women, 100 years ago, women lived average age of 59. I don't know, 60, whatever. How old? 100 years
Probably
ago.
60, something like that.
60. All right. Now, a woman is gonna a woman who's 30 today is probably gonna make it to 88 or 90, right?
Yeah.
Is the cutoff in terms of them being sort of hot tickets on the open market? Is it still 35 as it was 100 years ago? Do you know what I mean? I mean, physically, most men, society is not into a woman older than 40.
Yeah.
Now, if you started the relationship 10 years ago, that's a different situation. But I just mean in terms of dating.
Yeah.
You take a guy who's 35, who has his pick of the litter, he's not going to date a 38-year-old woman.
Absolutely.
But the thing is that
he
woman is
doesn't
now
have to.
that woman is now living till 90.
Right.
Was it earlier when they lived till 60? Has it been stretched out? I don't think that part has changed. I think we've just added another 50 years to the end of their life.
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm asking?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
Dr.
do.
Drew, what if you meet a girl who's not 19? What if she's 27, say, 28?
Yeah, that's fine.
And she has her own career.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
good.
and
No,
all that
the
stuff?
27 is a lot different than 20. A lot
Absolutely.
different.
All right.
Absolutely.
Let's take a break. David Alan Grier here. We're going to talk about
Hard work.
we're going to talk about prescription medications, and then we'll be done.
Absolutely.
LoveLine, we'll be right back. Call on the 1-800-LOVE-191.
Here's the deal. We need to take some calls.
All right.
Okay?
Hey, am I holding you kids up?
David, it's not that you're holding us up. It just seems that somehow in your presence we don't get any calls.
You're
done,
so
so-
angry.
No.
Next caller. Excuse me. Next caller.
David Alan Grier here. Irvine Improv at the Irvine Spectrum this weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 2 shows, Friday, Saturday. David?
Next caller. Next caller.
Yeah, is this me?
Yes, you're 21. What's up?
Hey, what's happening? Love the show. Yeah, you guys rock.
Thank you.
To who?
Hey, I got something for Dr. Drew there.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, there? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, sex a lot, and, I mean, I'm not down for anybody, who doesn't get it or anything like that, like the married couple, who lies about it, and, that's kind of pathetic, you're married and you can't get nothing.
All right, David, what's your question?
Thank you.
But I'm just wondering, after 5 times a night, and then, punishing yourself for not getting any, spanking off and stuff, is there anything to rebuild your strength? Can you, guzzle something down, a health drink or something like that to get the juices flowing down there again? Or what?
Can we press the pause button?
Yeah.
I
What the
missed
F
something.
is he
He
talking
said,
about? Yeah.
he said after 5 times,
Spanking it, doing it, not spanking
and then you
it.
punish yourself. Could you explain? What did you mean?
I mean, I'm blowing loads 5 times, if I can't get some, I spank it, there goes another load right there.
Hold on. Who's this load you're blowing?
His he's saying he's masturbating 5 times a night.
Yeah, I don't want to get down with the technical term, nut.
Yeah, but David, here's what you understand. You're leading us to believe that 3 times a night you're with a person, and twice a night you're by yourself. The fact is, there are no people involved with this, other than you.
Well, what about the pictures he looks at?
That's right,
Aren't
the
those
pictures,
people?
yeah, okay.
I mean, people, by myself, what I'm trying to say is, is there anything I can do to get the flowing again?
No.
I mean,
No.
Give yourself, don't kill yourself.
5 times in a night, you're lucky you don't spit out some lower intestine on
I was
the
going to say, after
5th
about
time.
4 or 5, I'm just coughing.
You
down
turn
there.
inside.
Right. All right. Good times there, David. You want to take calls? There you go.
Well, Mr. Dr. Drew,
No,
professional man.
Nolene?
Jolene.
Jolene. Thanks for the typo there, Damien.
Hey, Jolene, what's your question for this evening?
My question for Dr. Drew, a couple of weeks ago, I
old
had the
are you,
radio
dear?
down low, but I thought I heard you saying something about if you take large amounts of ibuprofen that it can cause bleed.
Can cause what?
See what
Concussion.
happens when you
Kidneys
take
to-
calls?
It can cause your kidneys to bleed.
Oh, you know
Well,
what
it
she
can cause
just
your
said?
kidneys to shut
She
down.
Said, no, she said if you take large amounts of
Well, let me talk to her, please.
Right.
Adam,
I
please.
can't hear
I got
her.
her. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, blood. No, you can get stomach bleeding. You can get
Large
yes,
amounts of what?
ibuprofen.
But what's
Okay.
large amounts?
Any, frankly, any can cause kidney shutdown, cause all kinds of serious problems.
What do you mean, any?
No, you have to give me an
400
amount, though.
milligrams. A single dose of 400 milligrams can
Okay,
cause an
my
ulcer.
doctor told me I have a crushed disc in my
Yes.
back. Let me finish. He
To take
told me to take
800
3
milligrams,
times a day.
800
And I
milligrams.
said, look, I'm in Mexico, okay? Is it safe for me over a
take
7-week
opium,
period?
yes.
No. I just said ibuprofen because I didn't want my kidneys to,
It can be
crush.
quite safe, but it needs to be done carefully. But it
That's
also
what he told
can.
me.
It
He
also
told me it was all
can
right.
cause serious problems, and people need to be watched. So these are not. No medication is without potential serious side effects.
And what's normal sex, Dr. Drew? What? Missionary position?
Mhm.
Once a month. No fun. That's what your nickname is.
Brian?
Yeah?
You're 26?
Yeah. I had a question about my wife, actually. She's been having chronic yeast infections for the last year and a half.
Mm-hmm. What's the
And-
question?
Oh, excuse me?
What's the question?
Oh, I was just, we've taken her to the doctor. She's been on medication, diflucan and different things, and nothing seemed to work.
Well, if the diflucan's not clearing it out, it's probably not yeast.
Because she's had cultures done.
Yeah.
Everything from yeast and STDs, everything, and nothing's coming.
Right. Therefore, there's no yeast, right?
Well, it's yeast. They know it's yeast.
How do you
said the cultures were negative.
Excuse me?
You said the cultures and the smears were negative.
Yes, they were.
Okay, there's no yeast then.
Well, hold
Well, I
on.
mean,
Have you ever tried to bake bread with it?
What?
Have you ever tried to bake bread with the discharge or put it on a cracker or something?
There's no yeast.
Please.
No, I probably they came up positive as far as yeast. They just don't know. I mean, for some reason, it's not knocking it out.
So even when she takes diflucan, they go back, they reculture her, they find yeast.
Yeah.
Do you know what
I
kind
mean,
of
it's
yeast?
just like I mean, she can go maybe 2-3 weeks. Maybe she's free of it after the death.
What if she doesn't have sex in that time period?
Yeah, then usually it'll clear up. But then, I mean,
so having sex is what tends to trigger it.
yeah.
Are you sleeping with anyone else?
Excuse me?
Are you sleeping with anyone else?
No.
Have you used a condom?
Yeah. Yeah, we've been trying to, use a condom and...
Why don't you use different kinds of condoms? Use something animal skin, natural skin, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Almost anything that disturbs the flora and fauna of the vagina can cause a yeast
Is it
overgrowth.
diet related though?
Not usually. It can be related to stress and sleep and that kind of thing.
Whatever. Let's take another call.
right.
Twinkie hole, baby. That's right. The old love shoot. Yahoo!
We got to take ourselves a little break, David
What is
Alan
with these
Grier.
breaks? Put the next caller in, guys. Control booth. Put him in. Sybil! Sybil, what's your problem? You're 38. You're too old to be calling. Cut her off.
All right. We'll cut Sybil off, and then we'll talk to the male Sybil with all the personalities over here. David Alan Grier.
It's just one. It's all love.
After this.
Loveline.
1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Quite a few, Adam.
Hey, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew over there, and David Alan Grier is here, who's...
Preaching, baby. Thank you so much. Guys in the booth, please sit down.
I really think he's got to have some Jew in him. He's obsessed with the medications. He's neurotic.
Back pain.
And back pain. Is there any...
it hurts.
Dr. Drew, I tried so hard to get some painkillers from this Mexican doctor. I slammed my head in the door. Doctor, mi músculo es muy enfermo. He came at me with a horse needle. And I was like, no. He shot me in the butt. I was
Here's the deal.
dazed for 3 days.
All you do is walk in the pharmacy and go, that.
Well, I did. I mean,
Yeah.
after a while. I
Dude, you're scaring me a little bit.
I just got a little dilated. And
Boost bar.
I was in Canada a couple of weeks ago, and apparently the pharmacies there are
open.
Game on, too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice.
They seem to work out. I mean,
it's everywhere except here.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. I mean, like, when you hear about everything in Mexico being the way it is, you go, well, all right, they're Mexicans over there, so who the hell knows?
You are such a racist.
But then...
To the Hispanic population, I apologize.
No, I don't mean that in a pejorative way. I just mean, you close your eyes, you go, it's a different language and a different color skin over there, and God knows what's going on. And besides, look at the country. It's a mess. Maybe we shouldn't open our pharmacies. But then you go to Canada... And it's the same thing, and the country's running
Canada,
great.
It's not open. What you're talking about is you can get Tylenol with codeine over the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, you can make a case like, okay, if you happen to be on some, TV show and you're going to do 500 of them and you're an addict, you'll find a way.
Of course. But Adam's point is there's so much stuff that people couldn't hurt themselves with that they can't get their hands on without a prescription.
Well,
what's that all
the
about?
prescription for the crab shampoo, for instance.
Right.
Who's going to guzzle a quart of that?
Well, if you wanted to be a crackhead, we all know where we would go in L.A. to buy drugs. I mean,
David's house.
Exactly. I'm
just saying, literally, in Studio City on Ventura Boulevard, I can go into the Rite Aid Drugs and I could ask for some crab shampoo, and they could say, sorry, you need a prescription. And I could say, fine. On the way out, I could pick up a quart of VO scotch, and then I could run across the street to the Big Five and buy a crossbow and go to the park.
But you know what? If you mix that with some NyQuil, ooh, baby.
You get that VO?
And some Red Bull. Oh, that's nice on the rocks.
David,
let's take some calls!
Let's take some calls. David was talking during the break about his dad having an embarrassing revelation to him. But it reminded me, I hung out with my grandmother tonight.
Oh.
And
she been listening?
Nice segue. I owe you that one.
My grandmother likes to also give sexually revealing things to me that make me feel uncomfortable. You
She
think
must
you
be
feel
90.
bad.
She must be 90
It's
now.
her birthday. I think she's 88. She's way up there. And she's asked me many things over the years. For instance, do you know what a rim job is?
Are you
legitimately?
She's not senile?
No,
she's all there.
She was
God
a
bless
sex
her.
therapist.
God
Someone
bless
brought
her.
up rim job in one of her groups, and she didn't know what it was.
Oh,
So she asked me what a rim job was.
Embarrassed.
There's another.
But tell them what you said off the air. You said, "Bend over, Grandma. I'll show you." That's my time. Enjoy your headliner. Did you hear that, Dr. Drew? I said, "Bend over, Grandma. I'll show you." Oh, it's great
So
to be alive.
tonight she's getting out of my car, and you know what I love? It's something that all old people do, which is nothing's quite right. Everything's bad design or not working right. You know, every time she climbs into my car, she spends 10 minutes trying to get the seatbelt buckled, and then I reach over and snap it in place, and she gives a, well, this thing is not designed for it. No, it's not. It's not designed for someone who has Parkinson's. I have no trouble with it, in other words. But she's climbing out of the car, and the car has bucket seats, and she's riding up on the edge.
Oh, boy.
You know, she's straddling the edge, trying to get on and get onto the walker, and I'm helping her out and everything. And she said, the side of this seat has gone up my crotch, she says. And I go, okay. She takes a beat, and she goes, nothing's been up there for a while.
Aaron, I asked you not. Please, I beg of you. Please stop.
One time she was talking about lubricant, about vaginal lubricant.
Please, can I be dismissed?
How old was she at the time?
She was 85.
And what did she say?
Well, my grandfather just passed away about 3 years ago, and she was mourning pretty good, and she was saying everything around here reminds me of him. I found his shoes. I see his picture. I see the vaginal lube.
I'm sorry. Can I get some rags? I'll clean up. I
You all right,
really.
Jeff?
Yeah. Let's take a call.
I take some calls.
That might quiet him down a little bit now. That's good.
Oh, boy.
You know, because the hair goes gray. It goes gray down there.
No, you lose it.
Oh, you lose the hair down there. You become like an old woman child.
I kind of like that. I think I'm coming back. I think I'm coming. You know what I think would heal all of society? Plain talk about sex from in the house. It's a natural thing.
That's right.
Well, how about President Bush's recent initiative to eliminate all that talk?
Well,
$130 billion we spent on
I
abstinence.
know. Where's Lee Harvey Oswald when we really need him? Really, please.
Andy?
Does he have any relatives?
I'm
left?
doing the O'Reilly report next week to have a little discussion about this thing.
Andy?
Yeah?
You're 16?
Yeah?
What's up?
I was wondering if I could get my girlfriend pregnant from anal sex.
Yes.
Cut him off.
How?
Cut him off.
Well, she was kind of freaking out about it. Like, I was trying to get her to do it, you know? And then she's like, oh, make sure you wear a condom because I don't want to get pregnant.
Have you ever heard of a turd baby?
No.
How would that work? How would the semen get to a
Well,
uterus?
Like, if I pulled out, you know, and
it leaked
just kind
somewhere?
of got on there.
All right, well, be careful.
Well, wait a minute. I think what he's referring to is what it's known as running sperm. Now, you've heard of walking catfish, the African walking catfish.
No, but her
Australia.
asshole's the size of a mason jar.
Oh, Andy. No, you didn't sell it well.
Yeah, we were already going.
But David had a point anyway, which is the African running catfish.
Australia.
Walking
Australian,
catfish.
yeah.
Well, there are sperm. You know, we as men produce millions and millions of sperm.
Yeah.
There are certain sperm. This is a medical fact, Dr. Drew. You know this.
They're fighting sperm.
Absolutely.
There's
They're
running
fighting sperm that they actually will walk from the back door to the front door.
Really?
Absolutely. They can wiggle and walk right across that little stretch, that little between skin, and jump in there.
Wow.
So watch it.
All right.
Watch it, all you kids.
Mark?
Yes.
You're 24.
Hi, how you doing, Adam?
What's up?
Not a lot. I'm getting a vasectomy in a couple days. I just had a couple questions. I started thinking about it, and I just had a couple questions about what's going to happen. I was wondering if, first of all, if there's going to be any difference in the consistency when I ejaculate.
No, really not.
But you said it's better, right?
The first orgasm after the surgery is good.
Just the first one?
Yeah.
Well, it's better because you haven't beat off in 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what else are your questions?
Just once.
So it's like a 2-week wait. What would happen if I were to ejaculate like before?
I don't know. I don't know.
You'd just spit out. You'd spit out a bunch
They're
of
healing,
stitches.
obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to do that, my friend.
I don't think you're going to want to. Yeah. Hey, Mark?
Yes.
All right. Do you have kids?
Yes, I have 2.
Okay. And you're married?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for you and the kiddies.
Right.
All right. So it's a nothing procedure.
Now,
Everyone
why
does it.
won't your wife get her tubes tied?
We just thought it was a little bit more of a complication, so it'd be a little bit safer if I got
You
it.
want to know what's really happening? It's
Sure.
very primal, my friend. Your wife wants you to get wants you to get a vasectomy so that you cannot spread your seed. That only she has your offspring. That is why.
I'm sorry?
Very profound, Sir
It's
David.
true. It's
why
true.
Why doesn't he want to do the same thing? Why doesn't he have a primitive urge to cut her off?
Ask me. Trust me. It's the women. She only wants to have your children. She wants you not to have the ability to father children with any other woman. That's why.
This is a symbolic keeping the nuts in the mason jar.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that, but that's a pretty good point.
Don't go through with it, man.
Do it, Mark.
Men got to unite.
Yeah.
Nah, you might as well do it.
Drew,
Yeah.
what is the difference between having the vasectomy and having the tubes tied?
What do you mean?
I mean,
in
what
terms of efficacy or?
No, okay. They're
Same.
both the same.
Same.
Then what about in terms of the operation?
It's a little more for the women.
Little bit more.
Yeah.
Not much?
Not much.
Yeah. What's the tube tied called?
Tubal ligation.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
So you're saying there's no validity to my theorem?
No, there is.
Right.
I think this.
Say
what?
it. He'll get violent with
My
you.
brother's
if you don't agree with it.
wife wants him to do that.
No, I think
Oh,
there's
really?
also. Listen, I think if you want to understand human beings, you stand back and pretend you're a Martian who just landed here, and you're looking at the human primate behavior, and you're trying to understand it.
Specifically, women who are at the end of their productive years.
I think any year there's an urge for them to.
No, but I'm saying
restrict.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's normal.
All right. Boy,
That's normal.
Well, it's an urge for a guy to spread. Is that normal?
You know
Not
what?
not in my camp, buddy.
You know what I would like? And Drew, I think you would enjoy this too.
Let's take some calls. Let's
From
take
at least
some
a
calls.
medical standpoint.
Lisa, you're 19. What's your problem?
I want to hear this.
I would enjoy watching a reel of what goes on in David Alan Grier's head when he masturbates.
Slow down.
I picture it
Slow
like
down,
a
though.
Fellini film.
Yeah, it'd have to be slowed way
His
down.
Mother chasing him
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a knife.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
and
anything
trains
can
going
kill it.
into-
Anything can kill it.
Trains going into tunnels.
Stocking.
Human
Stocking.
cannon going off. Couple fly girls circa
Absolutely,
1991.
baby. I like the freaks. I like the young honey bunnies. Why is it rubbers like when you see condoms in porno flicks? It's a total turnoff. For me, it is.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's address that for 1 second. Why is that? And I agree. And you know what I think it is.
It's an intrusion.
And this is going to be sad, David. But I hope you're man enough to cop this one.
Go.
I think a lot of guys watch porn because it's dirty and it's nasty, and it's not just all about sexuality. It's about they got this
Aggression.
chick to do porn. There's a
Aggression.
little aggression in there, and it's a little degrading.
It's too civilized to put a condom
And when you
on.
put the condom on, it becomes a little civil and a little less degrading, and it becomes a little more clinical, and it's not so nasty
All
anymore.
right, here's another thing that turns me off. You know, like when you're watching porno and you see the porno chick, she looks at the camera like, "Are we okay? Keep going. Okay." that kills it.
I like
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
I like that.
I hate that when they're like, okay. You know, like she's waiting for the coffee break. No.
You know,
Let me direct those pornos.
My favorite part of the porn is the credits when the key grip is named Dick Nibbler.
Yeah.
I always think, like, look, don't bother with a credit if you're going with Why go with a credit? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
Or maybe you just stick with
A lot of legitimate writers write for porn. One of the guys who created my show
What?
wrote for porn. Yeah, wrote for porn.
Two boy, one girl. What? That's
he
the
shall
script.
remain nameless because he doesn't want people to know. But Andy
there's no
Gordon,
script.
Andy
What is
Gordon,
the script?
Andy Gordon. Andy Gordon. Andy
What is the
Gordon
script?
wrote for porn. Andy Gordon wrote for porn.
What is the
but
script?
I'm not gonna.
What is the script?
7 pages.
The pizza man rings the doorbell. Go.
Brian?
Didn't we have who was in here? Jenna Jameson or someone telling us about the script would say like
I told you that.
2G, 1 boy, 2G, 1B, AV.
Right. No, they're 7 pages long for an hour and a half movie.
You got paid.
Brian?
Let's take some calls.
Hello?
What's up? You're 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to David Alan Grier.
Here
Hey,
he
what's
is.
up, man? How you doing?
Okay. I
What's
kind
going
of have the same problem you do.
What's that?
Sleep?
You too large?
No.
Okay.
With sleep.
Now, how many hours do you usually sleep a night?
On a good day, what really happens is maybe a full night.
Which is how many hours?
Is about 8.
And yeah, but you know what the thing is? When I was your age,
Hold on a second.
I didn't have that problem.
Let me talk about the retards that call this show. People call in and they go like, my knee's blown out. It's bad. It's giving me a lot of pain. Yeah, how often does it hurt? Well, on good days, it doesn't hurt at all. Like, okay,
You know
thanks.
what? You
On
know
a
what?
good day, he sleeps 8
Hey,
hours.
hey, Mr.
Is that
Perfect.
a sleeping problem?
This is a 16-year-old kid.
He's an
He's
idiot.
crying out. Don't cut him off.
Brian,
Hey.
Brian, what's up?
you sleep 8 hours
Yeah.
on a good
that's
day.
with medication.
What medication?
Clonazepam.
Clonazepam?
Yeah.
Klonopin.
Yeah.
All right. You got other stuff going on?
I have, I guess you'd call it depression.
Yeah. Are you manic depressive?
Not really. It's just up and down type.
That we manic depressive.
Oh, what about something like a lot of exercise for a guy like this? I mean, wouldn't that help some?
Helps David.
Yeah, but you know what? When I was 16, I
No.
couldn't sleep enough.
Huh.
I mean, because that's what you do when you're 16. You know,
Right.
you hang out, and then I love to sleep. So,
Huh.
I mean,
well, you're in this manic phase now, though. You know.
I'm not in a manic phase.
Yeah.
I'm a normal
And
person.
some people's
okay?
manic cycles can last years.
Oh,
you
my-
see.
Yeah,
here we
years.
go.
Yours started around in living
Winston
color.
Churchill was manic depressive.
So was Lennon. And so was probably
I'm not
Abraham
manic
Abraham
I want to
Lincoln.
kill myself now just because of you.
See, now you're going down phase.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
What do you like to do besides take medication and sleep? You got any hobbies?
Models.
Models. You like to masturbate to models?
You are so jaded.
No.
Ignore that.
What
Ignore
kind of
that.
models?
Mainly cars.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You do they are they static or do they move?
Huh?
Are they the kind that you just look at or can you drive them?
They're the kinds you look at.
I see. And do you get any exercise?
I ride my bike a lot, and when I do that, I usually don't get a lot of sleep. And
You don't get a lot of sleep. You mean on days you ride your bike a lot?
on days I ride my bike a lot, sometimes I'll get asleep. Most of the time I don't, and I don't know why.
Uh-huh. All right.
You should talk to your doctor because at your age that doesn't
problematic.
sound- yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
problematic.
need a lot of
I'm
sleep.
old. I'm old and crusty. I'm 45. You know.
All right, Brian. What the hell should he and by the way, the older you are, the less you sleep. Is that right, Drew?
Yeah, to a point.
My dad
So wait a minute. We're on something. So in other words, that's what you would call normal. Am I right or wrong?
What's what I would call
No
normal.
further question. Witness may step down. You saw me. I'm right. I am right.
The behavior we just witnessed, I would not call normal.
But does your my dad will go like, you want to do breakfast on Thursday? I go, fine. I go, why don't you come by about
11.
6?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It's about 6 in the
yeah.
morning. I'm like, Dad, I work nights. I get up about noon, you know. Like, how about dinner? And I was like, fine. All right, I'll come by about 8. Oh, no. He's eating dinner at like 4:45. yeah.
I
it's
usually, but I normally, I mean, like I get up at like 6 or 7 in the morning. Then I go back to
There's
bed.
a whole thing to try to move schools later because adolescents, with their hormones turning on, their sleep cyclings are such that they get very, very tired in the early morning.
Right.
And they want to stay up later.
Right. So they want to do like 10 to 5.
And you
PM or
endorse that.
something.
You endorse that.
Well,
You
it
endorse
fits the biology.
Oh my God.
Gary?
They want it. They don't want to get up early because you hang out all night. You're
Well, on
talking
the other
with
hand,
your friends.
you know, listen, your whole life you can be suffering and sleep deprived. You might as well learn how to do that when you're an adolescent. As any other time.
You're always down with the young people.
Gary, you're 18.
Yeah.
What's up?
I had a question about a tattoo.
All right.
I heard that you can be allergic to the ink.
Yeah.
I don't know is that true?
I've never seen that, but I imagine that's possible.
Well, why have you never seen it? Because it doesn't get into the system?
It's inert. It's not something the body can react to.
Why?
Well,
all right. Forget the reason
Yeah.
why it doesn't happen. So don't worry about it, Gary. What
maybe
tat are
he's
you going to get?
confusing it. Some people of color, when they get tattoos, they kind of get a keloided
Right, they
or
raise.
raised
Yeah.
scarring.
I'll tell you, black guys used to just not get tattoos.
I know. It looks like a big mole, doesn't it? Like when you see a really dark black guy and he like has a huge tattoo, you know, like flaming eagle on his back. It just looks like a hairy mole that's spread.
To me, it looks like when I'm watching a movie and the boom mic dips into the shot. Like I go, did that dude have a tat?
I don't want to have like a magnifying glass and a magic light going. Oh yeah, nice tattoo.
I said
black light.
I've said why not white ink for black guys? I mean, wouldn't that be more effective?
God, don't go into your clan material when I'm here, mister, because I'll put the boxing gloves right now. We can get in the ring, baby.
No. But what can't they do a white ink? What's wrong with a white ink?
Well,
on
he has
black
a good point because now they brand cattle and they use some kind of oxidation so they don't burn them, But when you look at cattle and horses, it's like white.
Yeah.
They've taken all the color out of the skin, the
Depigment.
pigment. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start doing that with black guys. Start branding
You know
them
what? If
with
you
a
could do
pigment
that,
stick.
If you could do that, you'd make a lot of money, bro.
I think I would.
A lot of money.
All right.
That's a good idea.
Natasha?
Yeah.
You're 21.
Yeah.
What's up?
So, yeah, I'm kind of trying to figure out when a person should know to break up with their boyfriend.
When they call radio shows and ask about it?
Well, I see a counselor, but I'm really not getting any of the questions answered that I want.
What do you do?
I'm getting like, oh, you need to release your chi, like crap like that.
No.
What did your boyfriend do?
It was actually me.
What did you
I
do?
cheated on him about 8 months ago.
Right.
But it's something that I definitely morally oppose, and I'm
All right, but you're cheating because you're done with the relationship.
Well, stop right there. How old are you again?
21.
Okay, that's what you're supposed to do when you're
Yeah,
21.
yeah, right.
Are you married to him? Do you live together?
We did. We're in a bit of a separation, like a trial.
Yeah, no. You need to listen. It's time to end. You're just not accustomed to ending relationships. This is a relationship that would have ended after 2 months. It will end after 2 months at the age of 28. But now you go on for a few years.
How long have you been with him?
3 years.
Yeah. Come on, it's over.
You should have ended it at 19.
I'm much more concerned with a therapist that says you need to release your chi.
He didn't
however.
say that. She didn't say that.
But where'd you find this
You should
therapist?
run out of the door screaming.
Yeah, he's not so good out of the therapists that I've had.
How many have you had?
Release your chi.
A few.
Nobody said
Why are you in therapy?
This time because I cheated on my boyfriend, and it's like hard to deal with.
Did you tell your boyfriend you cheated on him?
Wait, stop. Don't say anything. I'm going to bet you some money that she did tell him.
Oh, yes, of course she did.
Absolutely.
Wait. Are we going to bet money?
Yeah, let's bet some money.
Okay.
I got 20. She told me. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. We're betting. Go ahead.
Not 20.
$20.
Drew can't do 20.
$20. Come on.
Drew's got 3 kids. He can't support.
I'll go even further. I'll put 30 on the table that says she told her boyfriend she cheated on him, and she brought the guy, and they all went to the therapist together.
No,
$30.
it's gonna be some sort of. She told him almost.
Oh, okay.
She almost told him. She
No.
told him something kind of happened, but
I think she
not
told
totally
him.
honest.
I think she told him. Natasha?
What happened?
I didn't tell him at all. He it was actually somebody that I met through a friend of his, sort of thing. But he found out by going through my email and contacted him, and he's the one who told him.
And the guy finked on him and his penis and his sack and you all at the same time when he
weird.
called him.
What?
Why would the guy tell him? Why would the guy admit
Guys
to
don't
it?
do that. Guys don't do that. Usually.
This one did. They're all like they're all Muslim and moral kind of guys, except
Except when it comes to cheating.
You're lucky that you weren't stoned to death. And I'm not kidding. Did your parents try and smother you?
my parents.
Yeah, are you? Did you grow up? Did you grow up in a Muslim household?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
All right, so these guys are Muslim.
I'm not Muslim.
These guys are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try dating out of the faith. Get yourself a black man. You know what they say: once you go black, you never go back.
They got black Muslims.
Get you some. Well, yeah. Well, that's a little harder.
Islam like a predominantly black faith?
No.
Is this what color is this guy?
You need to read some books, honey. They come in all shades and
All right,
colors.
well, what are we doing here with this lady? Wait.
Just break up with him.
Yeah, this relationship needs to end.
Okay.
You need. It sounds like more than a therapist. You need, life 101. You need to be out there living a little bit.
Because you're 21 and you've led a fairly sheltered life and you're sort of confused about.
How do you?
Yes.
I don't think you guys really have any sort of background.
No, I want to hear it.
I've done partying. I've drank and done plenty of drugs and
That's
had
not
plenty
living
of
life.
sex partners and that sort of thing. I just felt like I was done.
I'm not saying you're not a whore. I'm saying that you're naive.
No, I mean I've never.
And how does one become not naive?
Well, one gets out of a oppressive
living
relationship,
life.
right? That goes on.
You must live life.
Thanks, Yoda.
And by living life, you become not naive. If you stay naive, you are not living life.
That's Yoda's black brother,
Yes,
Yoda.
yes. It's Bota. So go to live life. Life will live you, and you will live each other, and you'll no longer be naive.
Well, I think this is like something serious. You guys are like.
All right, listen.
Wait,
we're-
no, wait a minute. Listen a
we
minute.
think it's
my,
serious.
my concern is that you run to a therapist. You've had multiple different therapists, which is a bad sign. You run to a therapist because you cheated on someone as opposed to just managing the situation straight on by yourself.
You stinking whore.
And by your description, the therapist is totally inadequate.
Yeah.
So these are all inability to just assert what you need from life. All these things. So it's like you need to just step up and begin living and being assertive and being clear with what you want.
Sort of because I feel like I've made a wrong decision. I'm not sure why. I go see a therapist.
Okay, hold on, Natasha. I'm going to talk for 20 seconds. I'm going to change your life. Then
Now
we're
I
going to
think
hang
now
up
I think she needs a therapist.
and take a
again.
leak.
I take it all back.
She's a little angry, this Natasha. Now listen, if your therapist is an idiot and told you you were releasing your chi, then go find another therapist. Okay.
If your boyfriend's an idiot and you don't want to be in that relationship,
All right, can I say something? Can I say something? I don't think you're helping her, Natasha. I think you are smart enough to know that when you slept with another guy, that's a way of acting out.
Yes.
You own up to it. You say, look, maybe I shouldn't be in any relationship until I figure out what I want. You don't need to go to a therapist for that.
I've been trying to figure out what I want for the past 8 months.
But you don't have. You can take much longer than that. You're doing great.
Do it on
by
your
the way,
own.
By the way, and a sort of healthier position to take when you ask people for advice is to just take it in. And if you don't agree with it, you don't want to assimilate, fine. But don't argue
Well, let
with
me ask you. I'm not done with this.
What
Natasha.
Are you arguing with me,
Natasha.
Dr. Drew?
No, she's
Natasha.
arguing with you.
No, you're arguing with me. I'm trying to tell you something. and
Where are the gloves? Where
Oh
are the
yeah,
gloves?
look at the face he's making.
Where are the gloves?
Can you take my criticism, Dr. Drew? You're not always right. Always with the answers.
So go ahead, Adam.
Yes, Natasha, are you an angry person?
Oh, yeah.
Not generally, I suppose. Not so tolerant.
Yeah. All right, you're one of these people. I'll give you my honest assessment. You're smart, except for that hurts you more than it helps you.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
She's up in her head.
You're up in your head all the time.
Yeah. She liked that.
No,
I think you're a big dummy. Okay.
No, she's an intelligent person whose intelligence is stopping her from living life because everything's intellectualized.
Right.
Okay. We're going to take a little break. David Alan Grier is here.
I'm staying. Give me the next caller, Sybil.
And we'll be back.
Why are there so many of you?
LoveLine will be right back. So get your problems ready. Ready.
Your stance is hilarious.
Hey, it's LoveLine, everybody. I'm an ex-jock, you know.
Let's try and take as many calls because, I feel bad. Let's try and save as many babies as we can.
Okay.
Enough about me.
Let me give a quick plug, though. David Alan Grier here tonight. Thursday through Sunday at the Irvine Spectrum in Irvine, at the Irvine Improv over there. 2 shows, Friday and Saturday night, everybody. Dawn,
Yeah.
you're 17.
Yes, I am.
What is up?
Not much. Well, actually, yeah. I was wondering about safe blood play. My boyfriend and I are into blood play, and both of us have a lot of piercings, and I was wondering how likely it was that, like, by either licking blood off each other or by having contact with our open piercings, how likely it is we could contact STDs.
Mm-hmm. And this is known as blood play.
Yes.
I was going to ask for a definition.
I'm wondering about that, too.
We never
Could you give
hear
a
it
formal
put that way.
definition of blood play?
To some of the community, it's play piercing, people who will pierce parts of their body with temporarily during sex and then remove the piercings afterwards. I'm not into that. I'm into it's cutting during sex.
What do you use?
We use either razor blades
Sharp
or safety
penis.
pins.
Use
And
razor
what
blade.
part of the body?
I like it on my back. He likes it on his thighs.
Well, here's what that is to me. That is some sort of dysfunction of your arousal system that you have to stimulate so profoundly in order to experience arousal and sexual responsiveness that you need to do this yourself in order to complete the experience. And something burned that out long ago. Okay.
Did you who initiated this for you? Was it your boyfriend? Were you guys both into it and you came together? How did it start?
It started, well, for me personally, I haven't really talked about how he got into it with him. For me, it was I started cutting myself, like just when I was aroused or when I was stressed out, actually, too.
Right. It's a way of managing affect. It's a way of managing things that are overwhelming.
All right. But you want to know if it's dangerous. Were you molested?
No, I was never molested.
Not physically abused?
Nope.
It's funny. What led you to this? The cutting on yourself.
Do you have an eating disorder?
No.
Well, she eats blood. Is that eating disorder?
No, it's not.
No, I'm actually fairly normal. Graduate.
Have you ever cut too deep?
No, we're really careful about.
Wait a minute.
Because let me tell you right now, honey, if I'm banging and I got a razor blade, oopsie doodle, OJ
Right.
number 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Here I am with the police and a Swiss Army knife going, you guys aren't going to believe this, but she wanted me to cut her.
Well, David told me candidly that's just one more slit to fill.
I love you, Adam. Oh, that's so beautiful.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
But Don, this isn't fitting for me. What?
Yeah, something's missing
yeah.
here for me too.
And
Don.
I usually argue with you, but I don't know. I mean,
Why were you cutting on yourself
In the
before
first
you
place,
got into
right.
the blood play?
Right.
My parents forced me a lot to. I was pushed to overachieve in high school a lot.
Yeah.
And
So
it
you're-
really
you're-
stressed me out. And I started cutting in high school actually when midterms or finals came around, and I started getting really stressed out. And that was how I dealt with it.
I started cutting around midterms and finals too, but more traditional cutting.
Farts.
meaning- No, I was at the beach. I was actually cutting school. I was.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you
Adam
very
Carolla.
much. Enjoy
But
your
Don,
headliner.
so you were abused emotionally.
Enjoy your middle act.
Yes.
Yeah.
David Alan Grier.
I wouldn't have actually called it abuse. It was just pressure. Every kid has pressure,
No.
usually by their
look,
parents.
Look, look,
Not mine.
Yeah, you're abused. You don't react like that unless. No. Would you not agree that she was abused?
Well, I don't know if she was abused, but what do you call cutting? Isn't there like some,
Cutting.
Is it mostly women who do that though?
Mostly, but men do it too sometimes.
Yeah, it does seem like mostly women.
women,
Because
yeah.
what?
Chicks.
Men who are that way just go out, join the football team, or join the army.
They,
or
they act out on other people.
Yeah,
Right.
They
yeah,
beat the
usually
shit
with
out- beat
guns
the-
and in Columbine, maybe.
right.
I don't know.
All right. So, Don,
Yes.
you want to know what diseases can be passed via?
Well, I just wanted to know how likely it is that through contact, if I have a new piercing, and if his blood gets on my new piercing, how likely it is that I could contact a sexually transmitted.
If he has a blood-borne sexually transmitted disease,
Like
then
HIV.
that would be likely.
Okay.
What are the
Have you guys
blood-borne
been
ones?
Have you guys been
Hepatitis?
tested?
Yeah, we've both been tested, and I was just curious because I get a lot of piercings, and I'm with guys that have lots of piercings, and I just wanted to.
No
be
one
careful.
ever. Your parents never struck you, never hit you.
Did you get the old love button pierced?
Oh God, no.
What?
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm
What do
saying.
you have pierced so far?
I have my navel, my nipple, my tongue, my lip, my nose, and my eyebrow.
All right.
Oh,
I
by the
find
way,
I
aggressive.
What? Go ahead.
the reason African American men or anybody don't get white ink tattooed
Mhm.
is because when their skin heals, the pigment returns, so the tattoos like erase.
If you got white ink
If you
in
have
there.
white ink, and
Yeah.
actually white ink shows up really the best on actually people with paler skin because it stands out in higher contrast.
I find piercings boring at this point
Hold
because
on.
everybody has them.
Let me just back up and explore that last statement. White shows up better on people with paler skin because it has
Right,
a better
like people who aren't
contrast.
really white, but people.
So you're saying like liquid paper shows up more on white paper
What
than
she's
it
saying
would on
is
black paper?
what she's saying is black licorice is
doesn't
not really
heal.
licorice. That's
is it?
not really
What is it, Don?
licorice. It's brown.
The what?
Black paper does not heal. The thing is, when black skin heals, the pigment returns.
Is she? Is this some derivation of
Hey, can you-
keloid scarring?
No, can you? What about colored ink? Ironically, on black people.
I don't know. I just I dated a guy who was black and had a huge tattoo done on his back in white, and it looked beautiful the first day. And a week later, it started fading, and after 2 weeks, it was barely visible.
Well, how dark was the brother, baby? Use a paper bag.
He was
Were his palms purple? Talk to me, girl. Let me know something.
All right, Don. Don, listen, whatever can be passed through the blood is whatever you can get. AIDS, hepatitis, what else, Drew, as far as sexually
Malaria.
transmitted diseases. But Don,
Dengue fever.
Don, I know you're another one of these people with a high IQ, but you're stupid anyway. You gotta look into this stuff. because you got
Piercings
something
are
going on.
boring. They're so
There's
boring.
something
Every idiot I know
really
has their tongue pierced.
substantial going on with Dawn. I don't understand why we can't get at it.
She
Well,
don't wanna
because it's a
talk
radio
about it.
show, and yeah, I mean, you know,
She's smarter than we are. And
I am not that energetic to cut, bone, and what else? Pierce, all that
Depigment.
stuff. I know.
Let me say this about the brother man.
Talk to me, man. Let me know.
You guys aren't into the weird S. You're into the straight S.
No,
I mean,
no,
you
no.
want to get laid, and you know,
No,
you
man,
like.
you
This is a weird
obviously-
guy. This is a weird guy.
No,
Yeah,
we
but-
haven't really talked about this, Adam. But
but-
I'm not that guy you're talking
You're
about.
not the straight guy.
I know, but you're
What
half
kind of weird
Jewish.
stuff we
We've
talking
decided
I
that.
like women with an open mind. That's all I'll say.
Like what? What does that mean?
I
The
can't say it on the
mudslide?
air. Yeah, you mean Dirty Sanchez, you know.
But you don't want any cutting. You don't want any piercing.
Piercings are boring.
He wants
Right.
something
They're-
more
I
substantial.
hate
slashings.
I hate those. No, I don't want to cut anybody. No, just the same way I don't want. All right, look here, baby. When I'm gonna get you doggy style, then I want to shoot your toe. Just with a 22, just pow. Shoot you. No, I don't want to do all that.
Right.
Too much energy.
Yeah, no, I don't want to cut anybody. No.
Jason,
So what is the weird stuff he's into? It. I might get
We'll
it.
talk off the air, brother.
Jason,
Yes.
you're 20.
Yes.
What's up?
This is Adam.
Yes.
You're awesome. You're incredible. Dr. Drew,
Mm.
biggest genius in the world.
Mm.
David,
Yes.
very funny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question is, my girlfriend, she's really into anal sex. This is the first chick I've been with that's really been into it as much as she is.
Mhm.
But when she has an orgasm, she starts crying.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And
You
yeah.
are in some weird ass, aren't you, David?
That's good. That's good.
Does she have an orgasm via anal sex?
Yes. Well, little clitoral stimulation as well.
Do you give her the reach around?
Yes.
Let me
I
tell you
see.
something. You're hitting pay dirt, my friend, when you don't have to do that reach around.
And how do you know she's
That's a
crying
special
when you're
girl.
behind her that way?
Well, it took me a while. It was like 3 weeks when we were doing this before I finally realized. But then we
Realized
got on
what?
Karma Sutra and started trying some other positions, and it kind of noticed.
That she was crying.
Yeah.
And she cries during every orgasm.
No.
Only in anal sex. And have you asked her about it?
Yeah, she's kind of defensive. She doesn't seem to want to talk about it very much.
How old is she?
24.
Uh-huh.
Has she ever said the following? Stop it, daddy.
Excuse me?
Has she ever said the following words? Stop it,
No.
you're
no.
hurting me.
No,
Daddy.
I've suggested that we not do it, and
Yeah.
she's into it.
Okay. So she doesn't... How long have you been with her?
About 3 months now.
Okay. Jason, let me give you some real-world advice here.
Right.
You're not going to marry this nut job.
No, I am not.
No, you're not.
But
Okay.
enjoy the freak.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
You don't have to get to the bottom of this.
I don't.
No,
no
pardon the
concern
pun.
whatsoever.
You know why? You know why? What Adam is talking about? Because if you do marry her, imagine you're 75. Me and your grandmother, for over 50 years, we've been enjoying anal sex. And I tell you right now, I can get my whole head in her butt. I love her to death. You don't want to grow old like that, right?
I got him the windbreaker that said champion cornholer on it in 1954, and I stand by that.
When your grandmother gets your freak on, boy, I tell you what, Papa's happy. You don't want to grow old like that.
Now, son, I have what's called a mushroom dick. It's big on the end. And so when it goes into grandma, it literally locks her up like a dog.
Hell, let's show him.
Honey, pull down the support hose and the depends. Come here. And Bob, you get ready with the hose because we get
Somebody
locked
get
up.
a camera. Yeah, there's nothing worse than an old freak.
No, but here's what I'd like to say to the young men and young women listening to this show. Think of all the people we were with who we never ended up marrying and who we were so concerned about, and we had to dig and we had to scrape and we had to gnaw and we had to get to the truth and we had to explore. Meanwhile, the relationship was over 2.5 months later, and all we got was a handful of grief because of all the clawing and gnawing we did for the truth. There's certain people that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. This is not one of them. So forget it. Enjoy the ride.
Hey, Dr. Drew, do you agree that 9 times out of 10, the most intense sexual relationship that you have is not the person you should marry?
You are a freak.
Yes.
Let's go to break.
It's true.
Am I right?
It's
Am
true.
I right or wrong?
David is right.
Am I right? Come
We're
on.
going to take a break. We'll be back with Matt and his OxyContin question after this.
You know what I'm saying out there? Adam and Dr. Drew will be right back on LoveLine.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. David Alan Grier is our guest tonight.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Find him out in Irvine at the Irvine Spectrum Improv this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 2 shows, Friday and Saturday.
Also, first week of September, I'm going to be whooping your ass in your backyard.
Where?
Over in Adam's place. We're going to be boxing.
Oh, cool.
We'll be going to the head.
And it's going to be back.
Doesn't it seem like David was here like 3 weeks ago?
Oh, you bastard.
It does when we get into the second hour and we've had to ask.
No, I don't. No, I mean in the best way. I mean a good way. Like he likes here a lot.
I love it. I love the
Yeah, but it's been a long time.
I like David. I do, and I'd like to hang out with David a little more socially.
We do. I know, but you know what?
How come you guys never include me in that? I'm getting a little bit offended.
You're not
by
going
that.
anywhere.
Because, Mr. Judgment,
No, I've got more
anything
time.
we do, like, what would Drew say? If you watched us box, you'd be like, well, what's going on? Why
No,
is he so
no,
angry?
no.
Why do you keep hitting him, Adam?
Oh, no. I want to box too.
Oh.
My neck is just barely recovered from 2 years ago when you effed it up so badly.
Listen, when David gets off the road, we're gonna get back in a little regiment.
Will you invite me?
Yes, I will. And
I'm
David,
asserting
let me
myself.
take it a
Thank
step
you.
further.
Okay.
Maybe a little cup of coffee afterward. Too.
Okay, yeah, and can you not call me like a pissed off date? Like, I'm tired of chasing you around town. Call me back, I love you. Adam! Like, okay, all right, sorry, dude.
Well, he tells me he wants to get together, and then I call him 3 times. Doesn't call me
You
back.
call me once, and I am a little wayward that way, but it's usually when I'm out of town. But let's say some babies, come on.
All right. Matt?
Yeah.
You're 15.
I got to say, Adam, I love the Man Show.
Oh, thank you very much.
Greatest show on television.
Thank
My
you.
dad watches it every Sunday.
Nope.
But I have a question for Dr. Drew.
15.
I took OxyContin. I had an ankle injury as a painkiller. I took it a few times. Is there any long-term effects from it?
No. It's an opiate. It's just like Vicodin. It's just like codeine. It's just a very concentrated dose, a very high dose of it. And it has been a popular street drug for a couple of years. It's just that magically the press caught wind of how popular it's become now. And I've been treating it for quite some time. But it's a profoundly addictive drug.
If you took why would a doctor prescribe OxyContin as opposed to Vicodin?
Longer acting.
So you wouldn't have to take as many pills.
Right.
All right, but
better pain
same
control.
Is it pills?
More potent, yeah.
What's like the best painkiller out there?
It depends what you're...
I got the best painkiller. I crushed a disc in my back.
Dilaudid.
This doctor gave me a nasal inhalant.
Oh, Stadol.
And he said 1 spray.
Stadol, yeah.
Dr. Drew. Never.
David,
I threw myself in front of a big blue bus to try and get more of this stuff.
David.
Never in my life.
David.
He said 1
Really?
squirt. Oh my God! It was 3 days worth. I don't know what it was, but
Stadol.
it was the best.
Stadol.
And you took a squirt, and what did you feel like?
Oh,
You are David.
Oh my God!
David,
it was incredible.
what you call a hospital?
What is that?
He's coming with me.
Is that
It's great. It was great.
as a doctor? Can you take him?
In?
I mean,
Can I
can
drag
you?
him
It's
in?
like commandeer David Alan Grier.
Oh, but you know what? If I ever had a problem, I absolutely would call you.
If I
ever
felt they were
felt like
gravely impaired or a seriously potential harm to self or other, I'd take
One shot of the nasal stuff and your whole
One-
body's warm, kind of thing.
Oh, I was so looped.
Really?
Yeah, because I had to go back to work, and I don't know how I drove to the studio. It's a long story. But at any rate, for 3 days, I was in a lot of pain, and he
Right.
gave me this stuff. I never did it again. I don't know what it is. He gave me that and some tablets. But
my
this
God.
stuff, yeah, but Dr. Drew, he touched my back where this thing was. I was about to leave.
Yeah.
I broke out in a sweat. I almost vomited, and I thought I was going to pass out.
Yeah,
And
it hurt.
tears were rolling. I mean, it was way over the top.
Yeah.
So I didn't need it.
All right.
I just want to get some more.
Jason?
With the boost bar and the trazodone and what was the other thing? Xanax.
And
you can
and a fine glass of Bordeaux,
Yeah,
just
nice.
to top it off.
Jason?
Little NyQuil, on the rocks.
Jason?
Red Bull.
You're 17?
Vodka.
Yes.
What's up?
Well,
Ecstasy
I'm
first, too.
I'm gay,
Yeah.
but I mean, I've kind of known in the back of my mind that I've been gay for a while,
Right.
and
You say back of your mind or back of your
well,
behind?
I've
Why?
known it inside, but I've just been kind of scared to tell someone because I just didn't think like it would be accepted. But then I met this guy at my school. His name's Zach, and
yeah.
forget it.
Yeah, it's funny. David knew it was bogus
Yeah.
at the very beginning, and I think we're all kind of looking at each
Yeah.
other.
No.
Sorry, Jason.
what?
We don't believe you.
Listen, son,
All right.
take some improv classes.
All right.
Good luck in your career.
Who, what, where, not only that, but, and bring something to the party.
And don't use people. People are going to use bogus call to us. Do not use names because people who really are concerned about anonymity do not use any names.
Yeah. Right. Like
Met this guy named Zach. I'm from Washington, NYU high school.
Or it's like the friend. I have a friend who's in AA, and he tells me all the famous people.
Oh, I love that. So,
you know that dude on that series with the car? He was looped in last night's Midnight Madness meeting, man. His life is screwed up. I'm like, dude, anonymity! Oh, my gosh. People, they're so sick. Come on, we have 10 minutes. We can take some babies.
We don't, I'm done.
No,
you're not. You are not. You're a doctor.
That's right. Melissa?
Yeah.
You're 15. You have stretch marks?
Yeah, on my hips and my thighs.
Maybe laser. Some dermatologist might try
Does that really
or
work?
dermabrasion.
I'll tell you, as a guy who likes to pick on women physically, I do not mind stretch marks. No problem with that.
You like them?
To me, it says there's big jugs just around the corner.
No, not at all.
Were you overweight?
No, not really. Like in the last month, I've gained like 20 pounds, but that's only because it's like summer and
Right.
I don't know. But
Are they really bad or are they...
Hold on. Everyone likes to pack on 20 pounds for the summer. I've seen the Bally's commercials.
I'm trying to, we have
Summer's
10
just
minutes.
around the corner. It's time to start eating.
Adam, you get meaner the later it gets, but you see, Dr. Drew, how calm I am. I'm
packed
full
on
of blood.
20
Yes, you're
Don't attack
centered.
this
You
woman.
All right.
released your chi.
Don't attack this
Lasers will get rid of it. Other than that, there's no real topical cream that's going to do anything.
No, there's really probably nothing.
But I'm telling you, it ain't a big deal.
not like cocoa butter or anything?
No.
You know what? My grandma used bacon fat.
As what?
A lubricant.
As a lubricant.
Shut up.
Here we go.
Next caller. Come on. We have
No,
more
we're done.
time.
We're done.
No way. You have 6 minutes.
Dude.
I want another caller.
No.
Press
no,
the button.
No.
Hello. Who is it, please?
Jessica.
Come on. Hello.
All right.
Hello.
All right.
Come on.
Let's
One
settle.
more. One more.
Let's settle down. Just
more.
take a breath. Drew,
Take a break.
write David a prescription for
I
whatever
want
he
another.
wants.
Listen,
One more
I am
caller.
calling
All
for
right,
the
one more.
ambulance.
One more.
Now.
One
Take
more.
a
More
cold.
caller.
Nicole?
Yeah.
All right, you give your boyfriend hand jobs,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have an orgasm?
Well, like, we've had sex before, but, like, when I put my hands down his pants when he was, like, messing around, like, he said he'd only cummed once on the phone to me, but, like, I don't know what it is that comes out when we're messing around.
All right, I'm guessing.
You know what the scariest part of that? He only cummed once.
I know.
Right.
Do.
Which
Can you
is
feed these children in this hillbilly holler?
we usually
They
get.
don't know what the color purple is.
He only done cummed once.
His big boy spit at me one time, but it wasn't angry.
Luckily, it hit me where my toothfish used to be.
My toothfish.
We'll take a break.
LoveLine, back in a minute.
Hey, everybody, LoveLine.
Next caller.
David Alan Grier.
You can just sit here till tomorrow night. We'll start up again. 10 o'clock tomorrow night.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week at the Irvine Spectrum at the Irvine Improv. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday.
One show Sunday. Next caller.
All right,
Next caller.
real
One
fast, just
more.
for kicks. Shannon?
Hey.
Hey, you're 14?
Yes.
When you get a cut,
Or not even a cut, just if I scratch my arm, like if it itches,
Right.
it just
swells
pops
up? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's actually, that can be an allergic type reaction.
Yeah.
All right, so who should you go to?
An allergist.
Well, talk to your doctor about it. Yeah, that's maybe called something called dermatographism, where you scratch and you get this raised area where you scratch.
And
All
don't
right.
do it during sex.
David Alan Grier, everybody. Always a pleasure. Yeah. A dynamite
Hey,
individual.
guys, I just want to leave you with some wisdom. Find joy in every moment that you live. You, Mr. Angry Man, Dr. Drew,
Where's the
release
vomit
your
sound?
chi.
Oh, my chi.
Release your chi.
There we go.
Hey!
Thank you.
No more. Hey! No more of that. And you, Adam, Twinkle Toes. Call me up. We're
All right,
going to do
buddy.
some banging.
I'm going to call you. We're going to hit them focus gloves.
we didn't talk about Roy Jones.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk. We got to talk. We'll talk now. So until next time, Adam Kroll for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
See my finger, see my thumb. We got the ball, you better run. SOCKIT, sock it to me. Baby, my head is aching, my hips are tight, and hips are shaking from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cash check, don't take no job. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, baby, we gonna win. Ow! That's a cheer, baby. That's a cheer.
The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Wilkins Ingle. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.